Hello and welcome back to Gamers Remorse. Today we're checking out the game Caylus by Yastari Games. And interesting, Rio Grande Games, but I think it's actually sent out now by Asmodee. Fun fact.
Asmodee owns Yastari.
So. Yeah. So this is an older game, but it's marvelous.
Agreed.
As if you watch the gameplay, I think you know. It's awesome worker placement. Actually one of the ones that put worker placement on the board, on the map. So to speak. So, what'd you guys think of gameplay? How did it compare against your favorite worker placement games?
For me, I think I really liked it. It was really enjoyable. I think I still hold Agricola higher, but this was really fun to play. I think for me, my strategy really ended up working well for me, and I was able to come away with it when we played. So I do like the pushing of the end game. Like it's not really so stagnant like Lords of War. Well, I guess that's not really that's kind of a round thing, but there are some games where it's kind of a stagnant. But this, I mean, you can really force the end game really quick. So. Yep.
One of the things I really like about it is the linearity of it, right? You can see the game change over time. First, it's just like horizontal. We're just chugging through this snake-like structure. Then we start building up in some of the older buildings. I really enjoyed that part of it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Brian?
Well, you asked how this compares to some of our favorite worker placements. This has been one of my favorite worker placements for a while.
Fair enough.
Which, sadly, I don't own it, oddly enough. I just know enough people that do. But it's one of those games that I enjoy it despite... Usually I'm very thematic. I'm one of those few people who I prefer Waterdeep over Stone Age because of the theme. This is a game that even despite much of a theme, I really enjoyed just the idea of building stuff for a king. But I really enjoy some of the stuff that it introduced. So the idea of I build a building and now you can go on that, but I get a kickback. Like this kind of introduced that idea. And now it's pretty common amongst other games. One of the things I love about this game is it's fun to lose. I have never actually won this game. A lot of other worker placements, like if you are in last place, it was a miserable experience. And so there are a few games where it's like, if you're not doing well, it just becomes really frustrating. Whereas with this one, I feel like I always have a chance, no matter how far behind I am. There's enough ways I can turn it around that I feel like I always have a chance. And that's one of the things I really enjoy about the gameplay. I really like you mentioned, the way the board changes over time, where you can and can't go. There are times where you might go somewhere just to hate block somebody. I love the idea that you can adjust the provost.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden there comes some of these, we didn't have too many here in this game that we just played, but you can have like broken alliances where it's like, hey, if you move the provost up 3 to help me, I'll move him the next 2 to help you. And then you move him 3, and I go, ha-ha, sucks to be you, and I don't carry out my end of the bargain. And then you end up hating each other for the rest of the game. So I like all of those options that are presented.
Artistically, though, I think we should talk about that. It is an older game, sure, but even for an older game, it's kind of ugly. Right? I mean, I hate to be rude about it. Like, these little... The little building pieces aren't bad, and even the back with a big C, the big Caylus, that's cool. But the board itself, it's kind of, they got drop shadow and it's hard to read the numbers. I mean, it's a little rough.
Yeah, I would love to see a new edition of this put out, like a deluxe edition. I would pay extra for the deluxe edition and to do like the Mayfair-esque character meeples.
Right.
It's like wood for wood and animal for animals and stuff like that. Actual meeples instead of just your little pillars. I think it would be nice to see that kind of an upgrade. New artwork.
Yeah.
And just kind of give it a polish and bring it back to
and
the
box
limelight.
Isn't bad. I think this is actually a second printing of it where they did do some of the artwork.
It has been updated, yes.
But it's,
yeah.
not the prettiest game, but the fun, that's where it hits home in my opinion. Yeah. What about... not theme yet, pacing. What do you guys think of that? Because arguably one of the best gameplay pieces in this game is struggling, the internal struggle over where to put your pieces.
Yeah.
It's weird to say you enjoy that, but I mean, I do, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We all do. We're
That's
all trying to
accurate.
maximize our efficiency. But does that kill the pacing in this game?
In my take, no, I don't think it did. I think because generally when it becomes that new round, you have a general idea of what you want to accomplish, and you bring that, and you kind of have backup places. You have 1 to 3 places that you'll be going like that first. Depending on if you're a first player or not. And I don't think it really took away from pacing all that much. I think it paced really well, especially for a worker placement. I know it can get a little AP at times, and I don't think there was really much AP going on.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of other worker placements, Agricola, Caverna, Waterdeep, Stone Age, I find those tend to have more AP than this one. And I think part of it with this one is, and I shouldn't say just AP, but downtime between rounds. I think part of it is you pay for your workers, which another one of the things I love about this game is I can relate better to paying workers than feeding workers. Because my boss doesn't feed me, he pays me. It makes more sense to me.
Right.
But then that idea of, oh man, like that's where most of my struggle came in was, am I willing to now pay more for this? How much do I really value that?
Yeah.
Eric spent most of the time on the discounted locations. He didn't have to feel that pain.
I was there
The entire game.
The entire
Yeah.
game. I don't know why you guys didn't know throw. No, I was in the first round.
Yeah.
You placed it there the first
Yeah.
time, but
Yeah.
you didn't get the effect
Yeah.
until the second. But
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I enjoy that. I think it does tend to go faster. It feels faster to me, at least.
Yeah, I think so too.
What about thematic? Did you feel like you were a Caylus? What is a Caylus? I think it's a king.
I believe it's a town in France.
Is it? Okay. But you're basically
I'm
a
probably
king
totally wrong.
of France, right?
You're working for the king.
You're working
So
for the king,
we are all
developing his
underlings
town.
helping the king build his castle.
Right.
We want to be the one who helps build it.
Oh,
the
that's
best.
right. Yeah. Yeah. Did you feel like you were?
It's pretty weak in the
Euro.
theme.
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, the other worker placements do better with theme.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I don't care as much with this one.
Yeah.
Like Caverna, I think is better with some of that theme.
Mm-hmm.
Waterdeep clearly is better with the theme.
Yeah. And what was it? Replayability, right?
Mhm.
High.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best parts. Is every time you play it, there's a little bit of a different strategy. It's definitely point salad, which we've come to love.
Yeah.
With this interesting linear track.
Yeah.
So there's super high replayability. And every time I play it with someone new, totally different strategies emerge that I've never even
Yeah.
dreamed of. Yes. This guy.
Yep. And it's interesting too, because like here, Eric went super down on building stuff
Yeah.
in the castle, and we were playing 3 players. Granted, had we have had a 4th and a 5th player, that becomes a lot harder because there's the same amount of castle options.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's exciting too, seeing the different player counts and how that impacts things. But yeah, I think the biggest problem for replayability is the game, I believe, takes 60 to 150 minutes. And so if it takes you 150, you're probably not going to get a second game in.
Right.
Similar with a lot of bigger worker placements, Agricola, Caverna, those are all time killer games. But they're all fantastic games.
Yeah.
Agreed.
One thing we skipped over was easy to
learn.
To learn.
Yeah.
We kind of skipped over that. There's a little bit of a learning curve with this game, and that's what I heard about before I even picked it up. Is you probably want to go to a con to play this for the first time. Yeah.
So,
I mean, granted, there's also an app. I have not played the app yet. I don't think, Eric, you haven't played the app yet. Sean, you have.
Fantastic. Yes.
And so that's another
Get
option, is to learn the game via the app.
yes.
So that's another opportunity there.
However, that doesn't work all the time, always. I tried
True.
learning
Right.
Tikal from the app, and it was horrible. I'm like, so why is this? I click this red dot, and then I click here. I don't know what that means. Anyway, Caylus, the app, great game. The board game Caylus, great game. Check it out. Go to a con. Learn it that way.
Yep,
You'll love it.
Definitely.
So, all All right.
So
I think that's it. Any further comments? One of your favorite games, but you don't own it.
yeah,
First time playing it and you loved it.
I loved it. Yeah.
All right. I own it, so I love it.
Not anymore.
Get some metal coins. It's worth it. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.